Hello there, people of the internet. It's Kate Russell here, workingthecloud.biz, and seeing as it is a lovely rainy bank holiday weekend so far here in the UK, I'm taking the opportunity to do something which I've been promising for a while, and that is to do you a 15-minute demo of PowToon. Now, if you don't know what PowToon is, stop this video right now and just go and watch the other video that I've embedded on this page. It's an example of one of the many promo videos or sort of like little sort of advertising videos that I make, and it's a really good way of making content for your website or content to promote something. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in. I've already logged in, and I'm just using the free account here, by the way, so, and there are some options for a priced account as well, but we're just going to start by creating a project. Now there are a lot of different templates you can use already as well, and they've already got content in them, but I'm just going to choose a blank one because I know what I want to do, and we're going to call it PowToon demo, and it's just going to be a 15-minute how-to guide, a little bit of a description, create that, and up it launches now. So once this comes up, you'll see it's very similar to when you're creating a PowerPoint presentation in layout, in that you've got your sort of main controls across the top here. You've got your slides down the left-hand side. You can add more slides using the plus button, take slides away using the minus button. Down here at the bottom is your timeline, and your timeline refers to a slide. So we're on slide 1 now, and I can increase that up to 20 seconds. And you'll see that that now is a 20-second timeline, and then when I flip to slide number 2, it's just 10 seconds. So now for my purposes, I only want one slide. I'm just doing a 13-second promo, so I'm just going to put that to 13 seconds. I know it's 13 seconds because I've already chosen my music a little bit ahead of time. On the right hand side, you can see here there are some different styles of the animations and the elements that are available to you. Some of them are premium, some of them are paid, and some of them are free. So you'll just have to have an explore and see which one suits your particular needs. Now, once you've actually got your selected style, then all of the elements you've got to play with are down here on the right hand side, and you can see there are some text effects, and then image holders that you can put images into, characters, animated characters, and let's put an animated character here. Now you'll notice that very much controls are very similar to anything else when you're manipulating images. Okay, you can pick it up, move it around, grab the handles, spin them around, and put them anywhere you want. As soon as you put an item down, be it text or an animation or a graphic or anything, they appear in the timeline, and you can see here he's in my timeline for the full 13 seconds. Now, if I just want him to appear at second number 2, for example, I just pick that up, left click, slide it along. And I want him to go out at second number 6. Left click, slide it along. Now, the thing about PowToons, it's very simple. You can only have things in there at half-second intervals. And the transition, that's the slopey bit there, is a half-second transition. Those are the rules. Very simple to use. It means that you can't be too creative in terms of timings, but makes it very simple. Now, my transition is here. It's an arrow saying it's a slide in from the left. And if I click that, then I have the other options that are available to me, pop, fade, and I can put a hand on it. Now, this is a very modern and current form of animation. So I've now got a hand bringing that transition in from the right hand side. So if we take this back and play it, you'll see that comes in from to the right and slides off again. So that's what that does, that hand. Now, the other thing you can do is put text in. So say, for example, I've got him now coming at 2 seconds. If I want to start writing some text at 4 seconds, then I click on the text, and again that's taking it from 4 seconds as I've requested all the way to the end. So we maybe want to finish that at 12 seconds. And double click. Hello, internet people. So you can put anything you want. You can change the color of the text, you can change the font, and you can have it whatever size you want. Apply, and so what's happening now is now that will play as if somebody's writing it. So it's a really nice, simple way of creating an animation. Now, you'll notice that the timeline is empty at the moment because I don't have anything selected. As things appear, you are able to click on them, and the moment you click on them, their control appears in your timeline, and you can choose whatever you want to do with it. And again here, click on that, and the control for that then appears in the timeline. So really, although it sort of may take you a few minutes to get used to, it couldn't be easier to work it out. Now, for example, here as well, you've got some controls here. You can flip down the bottom left-hand corner. You can flip him over and make him bigger or smaller. So it's up to you really to have a good play around and see what you want to do. Myself, I'm actually going to use images because I know what I want to do. I want to do a 13-second commercial, basically promoting the people that helped me with interviews in my book. So I've already imported all of their pictures, and you can see here that's Rajit Day. He's founder of Internships, and there we go. Jean Oluwang from Virgin, Richard Branson's right-hand lady, does a lot of travelling. I was able to manage to get an interview with her, which was very lucky. Bring some more in. Seth Castile, he became very famous suddenly on the internet with his underwater dogs pictures. Now, one of the things that I haven't been doing actually is I haven't been doing the timings on these. I want these to come in one every second. So I can actually go back and say, I want him to come in at second number 1. He's staying all the way to the end, that's fine. Jean is going to come in second number 2. Seth is going to come in at second number 3. I've got 10 of these guys to get in here. So what I'm going to do is, so as not to use up my 15 minutes just with you watching me put these in, you can see how it works, right? Click on image, choose the image that you want, and that's Paul Gibbons, and then you adjust your image, twist it around, do whatever you want with it, place it wherever you want, and then make sure that your timeline is reflecting where you would like them to appear. So I'm just going to hit pause for a moment and get the rest of these guys in. Ta-da! As if by magic, there they all are. Now I've got them all in the timeline, and we can see as I hit play, they're all appearing at 1 second intervals all the way around. Now, incidentally, if you want to know more about these guys, then check out the link on this site to the apps, about the apps. Go to the about section and about the apps, and there are the full video interviews with them all in on the app. So you can have a look at that. Now, the last thing that we want to do, let's see, who was my last person that came up? It was Doug. And the last thing I want to do is actually bring up a copy of a picture of my book, because that's what we're talking about. So again, I click on image, go to upload file, and here I've got already a graphic of my book that I've prepared. Click apply, and that's going to go in the middle there, so that we can see everybody is actually appearing in that book. So this is my graphic now ready for some sound effects and music. You'll notice from the video that's on this page, embedded on this page as well, that there's sound and music. Now, up here, you click on sound, and when you import sound, what it allows you to do is either choose from one of their music tracks, and again, some of them are free and some of them are not, or you can record a voiceover, and you just click on that, and if you've got a microphone attached, then you can record it live, or you can import a file. Now, the thing about this is it only gives you one audio track. So here's the trick. What I do is I prepare an audio track with voice, music and sound effects ahead of time and bring it in. And the way I do that is using something called Audacity, which I'll put all the links to all of these tools on the site as well, on the page, so you can just click through to them. This is free, it's open source, and you can see there I've already recorded my voice track. So this is the voice, and it's just 13 seconds long.
Brilliant experts who gave up their time to be interviewed about how they use the...
Okay, so we've got the voice in, and now what I want to do is add the music. So I go to File and Import, and import some audio. And I've chosen already a piece of music here. This is Canary, the Canary, and it's asking me if I want to make a copy, and I say yes, and that just brings that down and drops that in the next audio channel. It creates a new audio channel and puts it there. Now, so just so that you know, for that music, there's lots of places you can get royalty-free music. I really like this guy. It's in Compitech. And he's got lots of really fun and funky things, and you can choose by feel, or you can do a keyword search, and you can choose whatever is right for you. And he's got all of his royalty, all of his terms there, and you can use it royalty free as long as you give him the credit that he requires. It's under Creative Commons copyright, so you can see down here is the information. So just have a look at that. But as long as you credit him appropriately and you're not using it for a commercial project, then you're free to use his music. Okay, so we are now then at a stage where we've got our music in and we've got our voice track in, and then the other thing we need is some sound effects, and again I've pulled some out, but the place that I like to go is freesound.org, and we want a boing to bring in, so you can literally just do search for boing and it will give you lots of different options there. And again, you need to log in order to download the sounds and just do the Creative Commons attribution as required, and you can read that on the site exactly what it is, but you just need to name the person who's created the sound that you can use. So I've in true telly style, I've recorded some, or I already downloaded the ones that I want. Now first of all, what I want to do, just because I'm a bit anal and I like to make it sort of nice and neat, I want to put my sound effects track down under here. So first of all, I'm going to create a new track. So click on track, add new, and I'm going to add a new stereo track. So I've now got an empty track here to put my music, to put my sound effects in. And now I can import the first sound effect that I want. So file, import, audio, and I've got my sound effects there, and I'm going to have a boing, bringing everybody in. So that's now giving me that boing, and I can highlight that, Control C to copy it. Now I want to mute it because it's just going to annoy me playing at the beginning of there. So now I want to go onto my sound effects timeline here. And you remember I said it's like every 1 second I've got something coming in, and the transition begins at half a second. So what I want to do is put my transition noises at the half second before the second, if that makes sense. So put my my cursor there, it's on a half a second before 1 second, Control V, and that boing comes in there. And then again, I've got another one at just coming into 2 seconds, so Control V, and we're going to do this for all of our 10 pictures. V and V, Control V. I'm not doing it terribly neatly, but you get that point, I think. Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. So that's the 10 boings that we need for all of our expert faces. Now I want to pop for my book, I think. So we're going to import audio, and I already decided on a pop. And again, that's only it's a mono track, it's not stereo, but that's okay, I don't mind that. So we'll pick that up. And as soon as I put it in, and don't forget you need to mute that because otherwise that will play as part of your timeline. So now I had it on coming in at 11 seconds. So because it's a very short sound effect, this one, I'm just going to put it in a little bit after the half second mark. And then just to finish it off, I've got a woohoo that I've, because I say at the end about my book, woohoo. So again, import audio. I've already picked out a woohoo and pick that up, Control C, copy it, mute that, roll back up to the top. Here's my growing sound effects channel, and I think I had that coming in at 11 seconds. Oh no, sorry, I've already got the sound effect bringing it in. So now I'm just going to have a woohoo just to round it all off. And actually probably after I've spoken. So this is me saying the last of my voice. So as soon as that finishes, that's when I want my woohoo to appear. Okay, so this is now our soundtrack. And if I just rewind that to the top and play it.
These are the brilliant experts who gave up their time to be interviewed about how they use the internet.
Okay, so I can tell that the sound effects are really loud, so I'm just going to choose the control down here, bottom left, and turn that down a little bit for the whole timeline. If I wanted to just turn one sound effect down or up, I could have highlighted it, gone up to Effect, and used the Amplify, and that allows me to turn it up or down, but I'm just going to cancel that because I don't want to do that. Just make sure this is about right. Yep, sounds good. Now, I'm going to save this. So what I need to do now, I've got the project, the timeline that I want. It's all fine, and I want to export it now. Now, the PowToon site requires MP3 files, and unfortunately, Audacity will need you to do some downloading and installing to go for MP3s. Now it's easy enough to do. It does take you to the installation guide, and it is kind of complicated to look at, but you can follow the steps through, and it's really not difficult to do. If you prefer the easy route, you're going to get a slightly less or slightly downgraded quality. Not that really you'd be able to hear with the human ear actually, but what I'm going to do now is just export it as a WAV, because it can do WAVs. So I've got demo soundtrack mix, I'll call it that, as a WAV, and I'm going to save that. And it's telling me it's going to mix it down into one track or one stereo track, which is fine. And then once that is saved, what I can do is actually go to a website called Convert Files, and I can convert it into the MP3 that I need. So it's demo soundtrack mix WAV is there, and I choose that. It's already detected that it's a WAV file, and over here I can say I want it to be made into an MP3. Click on convert, and it's going to do the work and then give me a download link. Incidentally, whilst I was doing all of that, my screen recorder is don't want to do that. My screen recorder, so I'm going to right click this now and save it, save link as, and we'll call it the mix as an MP3. Yeah, my screen recorder is set to 15-minute records, and in the middle of that, it told me that I'd finished my 15 minutes. So this is no longer a how-to in 15 minutes. This is now probably going to be a how-to in, I don't know, maybe even 20, 25 minutes. But we now have our soundtrack. And again, you can spend as much time as you want over that. You know, you can tell from the other tracks that I've done that I often spend quite a lot of time putting in sound effects and moving things around. So I've now chosen to import a soundtrack, and I've chosen my demo track mix that I've got there. So I click open, click on apply, and that now brings that soundtrack in here. So now when we roll that back and play it,
gave up their time to be interviewed about how they use the internet for my book, Working the Cloud.
Yay! So there it is. So I've got that now. I can save that just to be sure. There are a number of different ways that you can actually use it. You can't use it as an HD. You can't download it as an HD file unless you've got a premium account again. But if I choose to export it to YouTube with the free account, I can export it as a medium quality file, and I get the branding at the end, the logo, and you can do 30 of them on the demo account. So upload to YouTube, click on export, and I'm just going to pause you while I link my YouTube account. Not that I don't trust you, but you know, it's never a good idea to show your password to the internet as a whole. Okay, so export now, and that is now going to export to the YouTube account. And that's it pretty much. When it's up there and uploaded and encoded, it'll tell me, and we can preview this now. What I'll do is I'll put it on my in this page anyway as well, the finished item. But you can see there, I mean, apart from a quick pause that we did just to put these images in, which I didn't really fuss with.
Who gave up their time to be interviewed about how they use the internet for my book, Working the Cloud.
And there you go. Oh, and that's the branding that it was talking about. So there you go. I really hope you can see how simple that can be. You can make it complicated by putting lots of elements in and being really finicky about the sound effects and the way that you bring them in. And if you want to sort of have more of a look at the kinds of things that I do, just have a look. I mean, you go to my YouTube account here, Kate Russell, and you can see there's a whole bunch of different things that I've made using it. So there's certainly plenty for you to have a look at in terms of inspiration, and indeed on the PowToon's website themselves, because they have, if you go to their homepage, they've got a brilliant sort of selection of things that you can do. And don't forget, there's lots of different, I'm going to turn that down because I haven't got the rights to the music, but there's lots of different cartoon characters and lots of different options for you as well, and styles and various different things. So I hope you'll have fun with that. The pricing is there as well on the page. As you can see there, the free account gives you quite a lot of options, and some music and some styles, and then there are monthly and yearly subscriptions if you want even more. And then if you're a student or a teacher, they've got special plans for you as well, so you can get in touch with them through the website for that. So that's it. That's my little bit longer than 15-minute how-to demo on PowToon. And please do post your PowToons in the comments to this post, because I'd love to see them, and I'm very happy to share them with other people, even if they are promoting your business. I don't mind that, as long as it's an appropriate business to be talking about on my website. But I hope you've enjoyed that, and don't forget to sign up for the newsletter if you have, because there's always something interesting going on that. I send it out once a month, and it just means that you get information delivered to your inbox about exactly what I have posted throughout the month on workingthecloud.biz. Thank you for joining me.